What is up, everybody? Tyler Alanis from Out of This World Entertainment. How are you guys doing? This is the show we like to talk about comic book theory. And just to let you know, I am not by myself today. I actually have the whole crew here. Say hi, you guys.
We're back. Chris Garcia.
Today he has friends.
It's me, Matthew.
Alan here.
Yep, that's right. If you remember them, they're back. I fired them a long time ago, but you know what? I kind of got lonely. Yeah, I did get really lonely. I put myself to sleep every time I talk to myself. All right. So today's topic is going to be Endgame. If we already passed through months just to get a good review and trying to get you guys to watch the movie. And fortunately, there is a re-release. So you know what? We're really going to discuss about this, are we? So let's just get into it because I want this to be a pretty good episode. All right, first off, Endgame came out April 26th, I believe. And you know what? When it first came out, I liked it a lot. I really did. And oh my God, there was literally no fucking words towards any of it. I was in tears at this movie. What'd you guys think? Come on, you guys gotta fucking agree with me, right?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like, of all the years, how it was like building up and seeing the events, I think it was really paid pretty well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree. This was really something. I never expected Marvel to pull this off. It was just awesome.
All right.
Oh, here comes Gibby's statement.
So it was good the first time, but then after seeing it another time, you just see a few plot holes, and for me, it kind of went downhill.
What plot holes are you referring to?
We'll get to that in a second.
All right, Gibby. I hear your opinions, but for me, it was awesome, just spectacular. Same with you, Matt. The build up and everything over the years. I mean, it was just so good, and yeah, sometimes tough to believe it exists. Epic film.
Yeah, I remember when I was like 13 when like the first Avengers movie came out, and how there was foreshadowing with Thanos. And back then I was like, oh man, I could never imagine something leading up to that, or like how like the world was built around the heroes we know. You know, at first the first phase was they focus on like heroes, you know, like from comics, and then like second phase they kind of draw out the human side. And now we're not all perfect, especially the Age of Ultron, how like Tony decides to build Ultron. I kind of forgot. I know, even though I said the name, I kind of forgot the name.
Okay. Endgame was actually really good for me, but the only thing that was fucking confusing the entire time was the quantum realm, because they were really picking it up in there, but for some reason, they were just kind of losing touch of it. It's like, are they doing this from Back to the Future? Are they doing this from another time film? Because originally, this is an original story, but they just picked off of comics just to fit in one good picture. But you know what? There's actually tons of articles about it, but I am not going to be reading off of those because I don't know which is true and which one is to believe to.
Well, yeah, the whole time heist was a Back to the Future ripoff kind of thing. But then again, there's a lot of movies with time travel. So Marvel, it was just trying to do something with the quantum realm.
Really quick, I'd just like to say that when they're naming all the time films, it was kind of like, they said Die Hard. I was like, Die Hard's not really a fucking time travel movie. I don't know who the fuck put that in there.
Did they really mention Die Hard?
Like a moment. If any of you caught it. I know Gabriel here has probably caught it. Yeah. They're all looking at me.
Yeah, and I believe that they say, like, that's not a time travel movie.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the party's like, wait, Back to the Future lied to me?
I know. Shouldn't it be like, so Back to the Future was real?
Yeah. It was funny. He was like, so Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, that was one problem, was just the quantum realm, because Nebula gets shot. If you guys saw actually stick through the ending and decide not to leave, But
There is more than just one problem.
yeah, there are more problems, but there are like bigger plot holes than any of us can catch. Like when I went to go see it a couple times, they told me, "Oh, how are the ducks in it?" I went to go see it, and you just barely get a glimpse of them. You have to like keep you have to keep a good sharp eye and not blink.
Yeah, I believe he came out with the Guardians of the Galaxy when they arrived. Like he was on the bottom left, ready to fucking blow some shit up.
Because when I tried catching him, I heard that he came out with one of the armies and Wasp appears. That's like the quick scene right there.
It might have been him. I don't know. I forgot.
Well, probably. You need to rewatch it a bunch of times to catch those background characters. But then again, most of them were probably just saved up for Comic-Con with the Phase 4 being announced. That's another topic.
Before we go on ahead, I think we should start from the beginning of the movie.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So right off the back, you see Tony Stark and Nebula fucking dying. They're in a spacecraft light years away from any planet. And
they are, and their first thing they do is just playing a fucking game, with the little football finger game where you just make the goal. Like,
yeah,
okay,
to keep your sanity.
Yeah, to immune yourself, but should that really be the first thing to do? Like during an opening scene, that's something this big.
I would have liked to see maybe 3 more minutes of that, just like them two in space, because they were gone for 6 months or something? No.
I think it's a little bit longer.
It was what is it? 6 years? 5
No,
years?
I don't think it's years. Well, probably in that. Well, when you're in space, time changes so differently. So it could be 6 years for Earth, or it could be 6 months for them, Tony Stark and Nebula.
It was a long period of time, and you just see them fucking just whittling away into nothing. And if I would have had a little bit more time, I would have felt more like, oh damn, at the end. But, they get the, no, what's her name comes? Yeah, Captain Marvel comes, son bitch. Brings him back to Earth. How did she find him? Oh, yeah, the tracker. It had a tracker or something? How did she find him?
I don't know. I think she just flew.
She was just flying
she
around
was
in
flying
the
around
galaxy.
and it just
and
happens
she's
to.
hey.
She just happens to cross by them and go oh, hey, what's up?
I don't know. They probably said it. I just forgot. But
it's like you seeing an ex-girlfriend and going oh, hey, what's up?
All right. So she meets him, brings him back to Earth, plants down, and was it Hulk's having a taco, right? Is that the part? He's just eating a taco?
No, that haven't happened yet. That happens later.
Oh, yeah.
But when they come, Hulk is just still Bruce Banner.
Oh, yeah. That's all right.
Yeah.
So back on Earth, before they arrive, everything's a shit. The whole planet's shit. They're all depressed. But it's been 5 years, right? It's been 5 years.
Yeah.
And what the fuck?
Okay, let me tell you something really quick.
Get up and do something, goddammit.
Okay, let me tell you something really quick. So when I heard that, because I actually got spoiler before I saw this movie, someone told me, there's 5 years of planning into the whole operation. Right. When I saw it, this motherfucker lied to me because they didn't take 5 years to plan it. They actually took 5 years just to get over it and to move on.
Right.
And the plan actually came from, what's his fucking name? Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of all people.
Yeah, of all people.
Of all dumbasses.
And he's the one that watched the movie before this film fucking came out. Yeah. He did, and he was giving me spoilers.
So, all right. So, we're on Earth. Everyone's depressed. No one's cleaning up. There's garbage everywhere. And, I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't the economy be better? What the fuck? There's less people. There'll be more food. There'll be more jobs. And here's this fucking pile of shit city. Bags of trash in every street. And then you see Ant-Man. Hey, what's going on? What the fuck?
Well, yeah.
What, am I wrong?
I see what you're trying to say, but the people who directed this movie, the Russo brothers, yeah. So basically, what they like to do is bring out the human side to people. Look at the Winter Soldier. Captain America had to deal with the fact that the America that he loved is not the same America that he left in 1945
Right.
till like now.
Right.
And like in Civil War, they also bring out how like different idealisms, like Stark want to implement this plan so they could keep like the Avengers together. He thinks that he's saving the Avengers, but in fact he's like damaging Captain America's belief, which we should have the freedom to do that. And then in Endgame, well, they're all depressed. Like,
Yeah, but for 5 years, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you know what? That's just my belief because I think they're just trying to fucking move on.
I get what they're doing. They're setting the scene. Everyone's down. A lot of people died. Their loved ones are gone. But you know what else happens? Fucking, they start fucking and more kids appear. And then when they came back, guess what? Johnny next door has another wife.
Oh.
I wanted them to fucking discuss that shit. People move on within 5 years.
Let's discuss this with the Russo brothers and see what they think.
Man, I tried to tweet them. They didn't get back to me.
All right, so moving on past the fucking
All right,
5
yeah,
years.
so that's
Okay.
nitpicking. All right, let's go on.
All right, so when Ant-Man discusses this plan with them, going
Right.
through the quantum realm just to go back in time and switch everything, or at least get the stones,
Yeah, he discusses it with
Captain America and the Black Widow.
Okay, right. Okay.
So when they discuss this, they need a bigger brain, which is AKA a bigger mind, which is Tony Stark, because they need the calculations right to make this work.
Right, they need the brains.
But when they discuss this with him, he was trying to reject it and just wants to move on with his family.
I liked how Tony Stark figured everything out in a single night.
Yep.
That's some bullshit.
well, like you say, he had like 5 years of vacation doing nothing.
Yeah, but he wasn't researching in that 5 years.
That's true.
He was coping that he has a kid and everything.
Yeah, that's true. He just didn't want to do research. Although he built the Pepper Potts iron suit for no reason, or maybe there was a reason, but I don't know.
It was for a gift.
Oh, just
Well,
a random
all right,
gift?
All right, you're getting. All right, let's come back to this later. All right, remind me later. We're gonna come back to that. All right.
This is
Yeah.
why I like Gabriel on the show. He's
right.
like a very full conversational person.
All right. So after that stupid bullshit. Oh, I figured it out one night.
Let's regroup the Avengers.
He says goodnight to his kid. Love you, infinity. Never see you again. Bullshit.
Love you 3000.
I love you 3000.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's talk about fat.
So, wait, we're not there, man.
Yeah, we're not there quite yet. So when he
Hold
figured
your
it,
jello
so
shots.
when he tried to reject it,
Yeah.
so they go to Bruce Banner, which is now Professor Hulk. I was a bit,
AKA diner server.
yeah, apparently, but when I saw him, I thought, you know what? I don't know why they brought him, but it kind of fits because I never knew they could reach this far just to get Professor Hulk into the movie.
I love that idea. Knowing that it's the Hulk and Bruce Banner, not the Jekyll and Hyde type of Hulk, that's both minds into one. I really enjoyed it.
I like that too. I know it's done in the comics, but seeing a live screen, I thought it was a nice idea because you always see them literally bickering at each other. So it was a nice change that they accepted each other and became one body. Although he has Bruce Banner's mind but kept the Hulk's body. I just felt like I do miss the rage the Hulk
Yeah,
always
the
had.
dumb Hulk.
Yeah, I
we-
missed that part though.
Rest in peace, dumb Hulk.
You know, if they really wanted to go back,
2019.
if they really want to go back in time, you should have just had Bruce Banner go back to the time where he was on the planet where Planet Hulk was supposed to be on, gladiating for his life, but instead he just got fame for that.
Yeah,
That could be pretty interesting. Just that could be like the deleted scene right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a TV show right there.
Marvel, take notes.
We're speaking honesty, but we do want this shit to happen.
All right, so Hulk takes some selfies with the fans.
Ant-Man
So,
gets jealous.
Did he tell him no, or he say like, okay?
No, he said he was considering it. He just has to build up the mind and the thought of behind all this before he can agree to it.
But yeah, I still thought that was awesome to see Bruce actually as the Hulk and still have his brain. I thought that was really cool. And also, when I first saw him, that was like, Shrek? Did you take P90X or something? You are, dude, you're looking sexy as hell, man.
I kind of liked how Bruce Banner explained himself, like, instead of putting bronze and brains against each other, put them together. I was like, okay, I can relate to that. But, okay, so we discussed the Hulk, Ant-Man being jealous and all that. He's telling the kids to go, go away, fuck this. And apparently they didn't notice Captain America or the Black Widow.
Right. They didn't want selfies with them.
Yeah.
And then he agrees. Now he's back at the Avengers building, and they're working on it, and Ant-Man's going through it, going into his old age, young age, baby age.
That was funny. De-aging or reverse aging Ant-Man. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I peed myself, if that was baby me or old me.
If that was baby me or old me, or just me. But yeah, since Bruce finally tests the equipment and then has Scott step in and then be the test subject, coming in and out, younger, older himself, and then kid, wise, older. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just different ages.
And then Tony appears now, and he's all like, let me guess, you turned into a baby.
Let me guess. You turn into a baby.
And then he's like, no, this is what you did wrong. This, and this. I'm going to fix it.
No, the one thing that was, okay, when Tony Stark appeared and then discusses this idea, bringing the Avengers back, and then brings up the fucking shield and
Right.
like has the under the tray, dumps it. It's like, here, you better take it back before my daughter uses it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that was pretty fucked up right there.
When does Hawkeye come in? Oh, when they fix everything.
When they're gathering everybody.
Yeah.
I actually like this Hawkeye a lot better.
Yeah, because like I think he's inspired by the Rodin character, because after the Civil War in the comics, Hawkeye becomes Rodin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that's what they took inspiration from.
I liked him because he actually does more combat work than using his fucking bow and arrow.
That's true. He looks pretty badass.
Yeah, I feel like he had a proper, larger role than in the past Avengers movies. Because they just put him, either he's mind controlled or he's just in the Avengers Part 2. They never even bother bringing him back. They just keep mentioning his name.
He's like Frank Castle.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was really dark, and he just killed these ninja dudes. And I was like, hell yeah.
Like Yakuza.
This is great.
Yeah, that scene when they showed him after the 5 years, it was like, oh man, something from like Deadpool or John Wick or something like that.
It was more like John Wick.
Yeah, it got so dark. I was like, it was really cool.
And fun fact, the actor that plays the Yakuza boss, he's from the Wolverine movie. Yeah, he fights Logan first. Now he gets killed, and he fights Roland or whatever, a Hawkeye, and then he gets killed again. So that was cool.
I fucking knew it. Okay, so when Black Widow searches for Hawkeye, there was like a really intense moment. Like I can actually see the sadness in this character.
Yeah,
but
they set the atmosphere pretty well.
Yeah, they did. I kind of like the rain and all of Japan, and then
It's all dark.
yeah, he's all dark. That's what I kind of like
He
about
just
this
wipes
one.
the blood off of his katana.
That was. Wait, what was that, Matthew? I couldn't hear you.
It was too DC.
Oh yeah, it's so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?
He says no, right?
He said no at first, and then
later.
yeah, he reconsidered it and then comes back, but then he becomes the new test subject.
Right.
But this time it succeeded.
Yeah. So yeah, Tony fixed the shit. They're gonna time travel, and they're in these stupid ass suits. I didn't like them. Did you guys like them? What?
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
We'll go back to that. So yeah, they have these suits. They're kind of like, they're more like Ant-Man suits. I was like, why? Couldn't they just have like a better function?
War Machines made sense because it looked like they just painted over his suit anyway, or maybe there was a built new.
Oh yeah, Yeah, they did.
I didn't like the scenes.
But yeah.
I thought they were done.
Okay, now before we continue, let's go let's
Fat
talk about
Thor.
Thor.
Bro Thor, yeah. That's what the kids are calling him.
Or like the dude Thor.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Out of all the things I was not expecting, that was definitely it, where they just slowly reveal him. Well, for one thing, before that, it was nice that Korg and Ming came back. I know you hate these characters.
It's not that I hate the characters.
You just hate the way
I
they're
hate how
portrayed.
they did it.
Yeah.
Like, he was a fucking warrior, man. They trained him off as some goof. This bullshit.
All right.
So if you don't know who these characters are, if you ever watch Planet Hulk,
Yeah.
they have a really reverse character effect on them.
Yeah, go watch that or go watch Hulk versus Thanos. I mean, read Hulk versus Thanos. They're fucking great ass warriors, and they fucking made him a goof.
Yeah, just watch the movie, read the comic, and then go back to Endgame or watch Thor Ragnarok,
And
then see what our point actually is.
And then they got some of that Fortnite money.
Yeah.
Fucking them playing. Who they played? Like,
They were playing.
trying to kill Master 32 Ninja.
It was product placement, PlayStation 4. That's what they were playing. But just that shot where you see Thor's back, and I was like, wait, no, they didn't make him fat. Then when he turns his belly side, I was like, oh my god,
That was
I'm
hilarious.
busting up laughing.
That had to be expecting surprise. Well,
You look like a melted sundae.
you look like a melted ice cream.
Yeah, dude. When I saw his belly, I was like, oh man. You know, but I was like, you know what? Maybe when he gets all Thor on, you know, he's gonna lose that fat instantly. You know.
Yeah, he was like, oh man, Thor might have become an alcoholic.
After seeing Thor, I was like, damn, I need to lose some weight.
Yeah, a little too much Cheetos and ice cream there, buddy.
Man,
You can lay down
that
a
was
little bit.
sad.
MBR,
That was sad, Thor.
you can lay down a little, buddy.
But yeah, I kind of like this Thor because you don't really get to see him being all the big man he fucking is after he kills Thanos. So what we get to really see is the lazy part of him, which is really, really iconic, actually.
Yeah. I feel like he's just got such a downgrade compared to Infinity War.
Oh,
he was,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Basically a god to like he got like burned down by like the dying star, and then now he's like, oh, I guess he's drinking beers and eating Cheeto Puffs.
Yeah, you really see that vulnerable side of him. I mean, right after he killed Thanos and had to live with that along with the failure before, it's like, okay, I can kind of see how he would go to that after that, after all.
What really was really great how they said is that Thor goes off on these battles, these quests, and he's killed probably millions of races.
Probably towards a billion.
And yeah, and here's this one guy, Thanos, and he just fucks him up, mind fucks him, and he just breaks down. His spirit is broken, and he's no longer a god.
Yeah, I think out of all the characters, well, maybe except Tony Stark, Thor definitely has a big transformation from Thor till Infinity War, where, until when we met Thanos, he was just completely broken.
Yeah, but as everyone knows, beer solves all problems.
Yeah. On a side note, they did a good job with the prosthetics, making Chris Hemsworth really a pot belly, a beer belly.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like he's pretty much a broken character. He lost his his dad, his mom, his brother. He got choked out in Infinity War, and his old people. Yeah, his half of his planet.
Okay, so when Rocket and the Hulk, Professor Hulk, went to go get him, convinced him to come back, which is luring him by beer. And when everything comes back together, you just see Tony Stark walk by him and go like, "Watch out, Big Lebowski."
Oh, dude, I was dying, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. So they gather the team, they put together the quantum realm time machine, if you ever want to call it, the platform, and starts the mission. Now they have to be very specific of where to get each stone from, and they can only do it one way and one way back.
The easy part was 3 of the stones were in New York the entire time, especially in the fucking Tesseract, right under their noses.
All right, so this is where it starts to fuck up. They said if you take the stone and if you bring it back, nothing will go out of place of the timeline. That's some bullshit. That was some bullshit right there, and I hate how they are not going to correct it. But anyways, all right, so they set off, go get the stones, right? They're in the city, and they're over in Guardians of the Galaxy, and where was the other ones?
3 were in New York.
Oh yeah,
1 was in Vamar. And else?
Yeah.
No. Vamar,
Oh yeah,
Asgard,
Belmont, Asgard.
and Normir. That's the other one. Yeah.
Oh, that's one.
With,
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that one with the Soul Stone. We'll get back to the Black Widow scene. There's bullshit right there too. If Gabriel spotted.
So yeah, so pretty much 3 were on Earth on one good place, and 3 were just like in a different world.
Right.
So let's discuss about the New York scene when
They break off.
yeah, where they break off into teams. Okay, now this was kind of bullshit. What was that? Who was that one character? I fucking forgot her name. She was in Doctor
ball
Strange.
lady?
Yeah,
ball
the
lady. You all know the ball lady.
The Great One or the something like that.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. Well, like, what? How long has she been in New York? Like,
like more than 10 years.
I don't know, but like, less. Like,
Okay.
well, you see her in Doctor Strange. She's like in India or something,
Okay.
right?
Someone told me that this character is alive. When they went back in time, they totally fucked up again because she didn't actually come back to life. She was just actually alive back then, and Hulk just happened to meet her just to get the time stone. And that made a lot of sense if this motherfucker didn't tell me, oh, she came back to life.
All right,
damn.
so here's the thing: if they took all the stones and brought them back, right, that means that shit would have already happened, and they wouldn't have to do this in the first place, correct?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
fuck,
something,
man?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, if they take, okay, you have to really look at this
No,
momentarily.
because it'll
No. You have to wait. Let me explain. So if you take the stone and then you say, oh, it's gonna mess up a pathway and corrupt time, but when Bruce Banner was explaining this, he said you could put it on the exact moment where we took it.
Yeah.
So if you go back to that certain moment, let's say for instance, like when the Hulk actually takes the time stone, he leaves, and then by the time he's gone,
Right. No.
the future, the Captain America will actually meet up with her and go
Correct,
like, oh
correct,
yeah,
correct.
we'll give this back to you. Nothing has changed.
But the ancient one knew, because she's the one who had to give the stone and receive the stone back.
Not until Bruce Banner told, then why did he give up the stone? She didn't even know that was gonna happen. But Doctor Strange is such a highest sorceress, and he's so quick about things that he probably did it for a reason, which we'll discuss later. But she, back then, did not know. So it was a occurring surprise. So apparently, she had a different thought of this now. And thinking, okay, let's try your way, because this has to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, then we're all fucked.
All right.
I'm just enjoying the look on your face that Tyler here just pretty much burned a whole new hole in your logic, and you're not accepting that.
There's a lot more.
You're not. Yeah, you're just picking here.
No.
I filled up just a little bit of the gap. There's a lot more of
Yeah.
this.
All right.
Like, what are you gonna say right now?
Well, no, I can't because we're not there yet. We gotta keep going down. Keep going down the line. All right. So they grab the stone from the ball chick, and then they go after Loki.
Oh man, Loki. That's a whole different issue right there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, dude, they mess up so hard on this heist. Like, they have to even go further back to get to Tesseract.
Probably that's going to be the plot of the Loki TV show that the Disney Plus is going to stream for. It's going to take place right when Loki escapes custody.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a plot right there.
Now this was the really confusing part for me when Loki disappeared. So when So they never went back to Asgard. So Loki is no longer a prisoner in Asgard.
So
Am I
basically
correct? Am I
yes.
correct or yeah?
So basically, like the events of the Thor movie, The Dark World,
Yeah.
never happened.
That's interesting.
All right, so I was arguing with this one with my brother, and he said, no, it doesn't matter, because he's going to bring back the stone, and all of that take place between taking the stone and bringing it back, none of it matters.
Okay. Explain. Trying to.
No, because, like you said, when you take the stone, and you have to bring it back at the same time, same point, right, then whatever happened between A and B wouldn't exist either way.
All right. Oh, you know what? When Matthew said when Loki disappears, I kind of forgot. They also went. Tony and Steve actually went back further in time just to get the telepath, the space stone. I forgot. So he had to return it back to that point.
Yeah, but wouldn't that like branch out in a different timeline?
No. That timeline is actually still accurate, because if you go back and watch the Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man, Hank Pym says, I left what was it, Hydra, or
he left
there
Shield
because they said that
Shield.
they were taking his equipment, and it wasn't them, it was
Hydra.
it wasn't them, it was fucking Captain America and the other dude, Tony, when they took the vial. So that timeline is actually still accurate, which I was like, holy shit.
Well, yeah, because they never knew.
And also in that scene that had the best Easter eggs. One was the OG Ant-Man helmet, and and the Vision's real life, or Jarvis' real human form, which is the voice actor.
And I especially love that scene where Tony got to see his dad.
That was a good scene. Yeah, that was really good.
Oh yeah, a great scene for sure. One of the definitely like emotional, fulfilling to see him have that talk with his father, and sort of a peacemaking moment. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was a nice enclosure for Tony.
Oh yeah, it was. But the real enclosure was actually not an actual enclosure, but actually a distant site, where Steve actually sees Peggy again.
Oh yeah.
He was wondering if
that was okay.
Yeah, he was starting to wonder, like, should I stay?
So does that mean she was working for Hydra?
I guess, but I think no one didn't tell her.
I feel like the scene with Stark and his dad was more emotional, more emotionally more stronger than Peggy and
because he finally does marry her at the end of the movie anyway. I just wonder if Steve ever said when he's old, Peggy, this is going to be a long time coming, but I kissed your great niece. What, you what?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, I thought that was a really nice scene as well. I agree with you, Matt. Not as much as the Tony and his dad, but I thought it was really nice too.
You don't know if they got married. All he said he had to dance.
Well, the way they were dancing looked like they got married.
Oh my god.
Wait, we're getting way ahead of ourselves right here.
All right, before we start talking about the ending, we should continue.
This is a long-ass movie, so there's a lot of shit to get into.
I think we should skip some parts.
Okay, so when they get the space stone, let's move on to I want to go back to the New York scene where the actual moment happens, like in the building, which is the hilarious part, where they make Hulk go down the stairs, and when Tony Stark says that is not an ass of America or something like that, or Ant-Man just says, that is an ass.
And Scott, he's like, that is America's ass. And the whole scene with Cap fighting himself, which was really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was definitely good. And then
it was funny when he was like,
so now
I can do this all day. Yeah, I know.
So now since Steve told himself in the past, like, Bucky's alive, now he gets the glimpse. I'm like, all right, now I don't have to worry so much.
And then he finally knocks him out, checks out. That is America's ass. Yeah, for sure.
He might as well just marry himself then.
Yeah, then they're in the elevator, and then they're about to like whoop his ass, and he's all like, "No, it's okay, Hail Hydra."
That was good.
That was badass.
It was badass. I thought for a second it was gonna be like that scene in Captain America 2. The Winter Soldier where he kicks them ass in the elevator.
Yeah, but they quoted the comics, the newer comics where they made Steve Rogers a Hydra agent. And your brother, Gabe, got so geeked out. He was sitting right next to me, so I should know this. He got geeked out when he said that. Hail Hydra.
All right. So that was like the really hilarious part. Now let's go off planet, shall we? Now let's start with, what's that one planet? Velmir? No, Normir. Okay.
Yeah.
So, wait, is that the planet where Nebula and War Machine got off? What was the other planet? I fucking forgot.
I forgot that planet, but that's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians of the Galaxy scene.
Was it? I think it was Omar.
Omar?
Yeah, I think it was Omar.
I think
If I'm correct, I don't know. Leave a comment below if you do know what the planet I'm talking about.
Dude, that scene was so funny when they're all like looking at Star-Lord and like, what is he doing?
So he's just an idiot,
Yeah.
pretty much.
All right, so that's another plot hole. All right, so here's the thing. They got to put back the time stone exactly when they got it, right? Correct?
Yes.
That means Star-Lord was knocked the fuck out on the floor when they would have put back the time stone.
Unless they go back a little bit before that and then trying to return it before that ever happens.
That means that there's 3 people of them. You're just causing more fucking trouble.
Okay, you got me there. You do.
All right.
You get me there.
Bam! That's all I need.
That's all you need.
All right, so anyways, they knock out Star-Lord.
They go up the stairs into the forbidden tomb.
Do all that Tomb Raider shit.
He's like, wait,
Take the stone, burns her hand. Oh, father!
she didn't scream.
Thanos is king to it because the
Oh yeah, the connection.
now or past Nebula is like, oh, my shit's fucking up.
So where's you now?
So she reads her memory. Oh, there's 2 Nebulas. Let's go find her. And he captures her.
I like how Gibby's just making the sound effect. Robin really.
You gotta fast forward this shit.
3 hours long.
Yeah. So he captures her. And he's all like, "Oh, we're gonna see through your mind now." And oh shit, Thanos did it. He beat the shit. He's all like, "Oh, that's my destiny. Hell yeah, high five." He's all like, "I'm not gonna let them fucking play me as a fool." And so now it's time to kick ass again.
All right. So we got all that part where you get to see Nebula being captured and then the past Nebula being tortured just to find the future Nebula.
And when they go to Normir to get the Soul Stone, how do you guys feel when Black Widow sacrificed herself?
I was like, one of these people are gonna die. Pretty sure which one, but I'm just like, I'm proud. At first, I thought, I'm like, you know, Hawkeye's gonna die because Black Widow is having a movie, you know, coming out.
I knew someone was gonna die, but I was not really expecting Black Widow.
That's exactly what all the nerds are. The nerds that follow this shit, they're like, oh shit, she's gonna die. And fucking no, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
And nope, it was her. And you're like, oh shit. Epic moment.
That was an
Although
epic.
I would have liked to see Lady Death instead of the Red Skull, because that just would have been awesome. But they didn't have the rights at the time.
Well, but
reference to like the Infinity War saga, because the whole reason why Thanos is like wants to collect the stones was for Lady Death.
he actually did all. Yeah, he did. He actually, if you read the comics, if you read the new Thanos right now, it talks about why he's becoming who he is. It's because of Lady Death. And Gabriel, that should be good. I want to see like a Lady Death.
Yeah, that
But
would be
instead,
awesome.
we kind of got like a Red Skull appearance, which was supposed to be really Lady
It was
Death.
nice. It was nice seeing him back. I ain't gonna lie, that was cool.
Yeah, well, he was already in Infinity War, so to me, it didn't bother me so much because it was obvious he was going to come back. I'm surprised it wasn't the same actor from Captain America: First Avenger,
Yeah,
Hugo
what the fuck?
Weaving.
They couldn't afford him.
He didn't want to be
Couldn't
back. No,
afford
he didn't want to come back.
Agent Smith. What the
Agent-
hell, man?
Agent Smith didn't want to come back.
Fucking
Plain and
bastard.
Simple. They just got one of the actors that's done Walking Dead.
Oh,
The High Elf in the Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah,
What
it
was,
was.
what was his character name?
I have no
Rings?
fucking idea, but that's the same
know.
actor.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah,
But
yeah, the elf dude.
oh shit. Oh,
Sir
but
Elf.
yeah, but yeah, Thanos killing everybody and getting the stones, doing it for Lady Death. That makes a lot more sense than simply being an eco-terrorist.
Yeah, but they didn't have the rights. What can you do? That's business.
Yeah, it was. They were still kind of working out with Fox back in the day.
So, yes,
All right.
Scarlet Witch dies.
Yep. Scarlet
No,
Witch, Black Widow.
Black Widow dies.
But yeah, anyways, despite all the negativity, plot holes in that, I mean, that was still an emotional scene for me.
It was.
Yeah.
I cried a bit.
Me too.
I think everybody cried. I saw one guy next to me. He was like bawling in tears. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, are you
I mean,
okay?
it wasn't that much, but like, shed a couple tears for sure.
Oh yeah. All right. Now let's move on from that since Agent Smith didn't want to really come back. Now let's go to the climax of this film where they actually bring all the stones back and regroup.
Yep, they did it. They saved the universe.
Oh wait, we're actually missing one point. We're actually missing Thor and Rocket's scene on Asgard when they get the red
I
stone.
mean, that wasn't like.
Yeah, that wasn't really
It
big.
wasn't a good scene. I don't. Have you guys seen the deleted scenes?
No.
It was kind of better just because, like, you see Thor crying. He's like, he's being a little bitch. I don't know. I thought it was great. I thought they should have added that. Just a broken Thor more and just Rocket's all like, get your shit together.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I feel like it was more emotional with Stark and his dad, but yeah, I didn't feel that sad for that scene in Asgard.
Yeah, it was funny, but I did like the scene with Thor and his mom. I thought that was pretty moving.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that scene
Yeah.
a lot. A lot better. It worked a lot better with him and his mom.
Yeah.
If it was with him and his dad, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was gonna
Because
start coming.
Yeah, after all he's been through, I mean, that moment with his mother, it felt like he really needed
Yeah.
it.
And on a side note, he gets the Malore back, so that was
Yeah,
really good.
that was so
That
good.
was the best scene ever.
I'm surprised he didn't take a selfie.
Oh yeah. Okay, so actually, I was really surprised when you just get a glimpse of Natalie Portman, but they only paid her like what, a couple $1,000 just to be 15 seconds in with the film.
Wait, so does that mean like the Thor in that timeline, he's missing a hammer?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing I was arguing about. So fucking Thor, the past Thor, is fucking gone with his hammer for fucking how long? He's just all like, you can't get it. Like, there's a hammer gone. Thor was probably using the hammer at the time, and fucking drunk Thor, bastard, just fucking snatches it away from him.
he's probably all eating lunch and going like, oh wait, I gotta go do a mission. Where the fuck is the hammer?
But yeah, there is a scene in the Dark World where like he doesn't have a hammer, so it could be that, but I highly doubt it.
Nah,
No.
I don't think. No.
So wait, did they bring back the hammer? Because all
Yeah.
I remember was like
Yeah, they did.
All right.
Yeah. Captain America had the hammer at the end when he was going back on the portal. So
Okay.
he did return that.
Okay, so let's
Yeah, unfortunately, it just made him so badass.
okay now. Let's not discuss that part of the. Okay, now we can get to the climax. All right, so once they regrouped and got the stones, now they had to figure out actual game plan to actually bring everybody back. So they actually created another gauntlet, but it was more of like an iron gauntlet created by Rocket, Professor Hulk, Tony Stark, and put the stones in that. And
Or as the toy line calls it, the Nano Gauntlet.
oh yeah, I
Which
kinda like
which
that.
was pretty cool. I still like it, but I like the
Infinity Gauntlet.
Infinity Gauntlet looks way
better.
more intimidating. But I like
I
the
agree.
the-
The Infinity Gauntlet.
one they created. It's really cool.
Okay, now they're trying to decide who should snap it, and with that much power, they're still trying to decide who should be sacrificed. So apparently, Hulk should have been the first one to volunteer in the first place, since he has the
Gamma
better strength
radiation.
gamma radiation.
Plus, Hulk has always been invincible anyway, so it would make sense.
But we'll test his invincibility right now.
So yeah, so they give the gauntlet to Hulk, and he snaps. Everybody fucking comes back. Success. And then all of a sudden, you see pass now be like, just tricks everybody and brings the past army through the portal. And that's where the big battle climax comes in.
How did they all come?
Doctor Strange. The little portal.
No. Thanos people.
Oh, they got the
The little vial.
of
And that sent everybody.
the pin
and the ships and all that.
I guess. I don't know.
See,
No,
that's the other plot hole. All right. Before we go on,
That should be a deleted scene.
they
right there.
made a platform that's the time machine. And they fucking said this shit. This is the time machine. When in actuality, it was the suits. But in actuality, it was actually just the vial. Like, what the fuck? None of that shit made sense.
Well, if you watch Ant-Man, that's where technically that suit is for. And plus, if you put it on
Right, but how did fucking Thanos and all his minions come?
when they captured Nebula, the future Nebula,
Right.
and they got a hold of her stuff, the suit, which is to have the pimp liquid in it, and all that.
They probably used the vial in the suit as like fuel just to make the time travel trip to the present.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with that. I think they have to use some.
It's
They have to
fucking
probably put that in
stupid.
their fuel.
You like it sounds stupid.
See, this is what happens when an original story comes to life, and people are fucking like complaining about its little plot holes, which I get, which it needs a better like touch into it, but you have to kind of look at
yeah,
a point
all
of
right.
view.
So they fucked up right there. Keep going.
Okay, so when the ship comes through, destroys their
Yeah,
headquarters.
That was badass.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. And then when the three main Avengers, which is Captain America, Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Thor, which I call him the new Gibby.
New Gibby
Yeah, the new
arrives.
Gibby. So, and when Thor stands there looking at Thanos and the others regroup and they're like, "What is he doing? Sitting there? Let's take him down." You see the warrior Thor again, but in a better outfit,
Right.
which is for like the beard as the ponytail.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought when he was gonna use his powers and put his suit on, I thought
It would've
that
been
would
like,
be magically lose the his belly, his
No.
weight. But good God, that suit fitted
That's
on
not how
him.
the Force works.
And he finally, after years, he said Avengers Assembled.
Oh yeah. But,
After years of waiting, because you
yeah,
only got a
but,
sneak preview.
Oh,
Hold up, you're
going
missing
a little
missing
far,
you're missing
man.
that.
You're a little ahead
Yeah,
of
hold
yourself.
on. Yeah.
No,
Hold
we
up,
gotta-
hold up.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
They're kicking Thanos' ass right
Yeah.
now.
But yeah, I mean that was all really cool. But the part where I geeked out, and I'm sure most others
Yep,
were,
yep,
when
mhm.
Thanos had Thor on the ground, and then he was about to kill him, but
You
then
see
you
the
see the
hammer.
hammer.
You see the hammer wiggling.
You think is it gonna come to Thor? Then I was like, oh, could this be?
You just
And
see
it's
a
like,
hand
yeah,
grab the hammer.
Yeah, it looks like it's heading for Thor, but then nope, comes right back. Hands to Cap.
Okay, so if you remember Age of Ultron, when Cap tries to grab Mjolnir, and it wiggles. So in reality, in that time, he was worthy because he had such a responsibility back in the past and it brought it to the future.
Yeah,
But
but
was almost worthy.
yeah, but when it finally happened, I was like, oh my God.
Everybody was fucking geeking out. Everybody stood up, clapped, and then went like, "Fuck yeah!"
When he, oh my God, when he came,
The
twirling
audience
the
was
hammer
roaring.
oh yeah, and then the lightning.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my God.
Great scene. Epic scene that any nerd can ask for.
All right, now fast forwarding a little bit when Tony was
Thanos,
down
Thanos
and
kicked their asses.
and then we hear
On your left.
on your left, which is the Falcon. That's right. They brought him back to life, and when that happened, everybody froze, and then the portal. You see the fucking portal up here,
So-
and then here they come.
Oh my God, everything about that scene, from everyone coming to the way the Avengers theme started out, and when everyone came, especially Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, dude. I
Dude,
remember. Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
I was like, oh, Peter.
I think out of all the characters, everyone geeked out about Spidey the hardest.
Yeah, but he had
Especially
such
me.
an emotional death in Infinity War.
Yeah.
It wasn't Howard the Duck.
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, but especially how Doctor Strange was talking too long. Is that everyone? He's like, you want more?
Okay, so let's name the groups that actually appear back. So you got the Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Spider-Man, who came to the portal with them. You see the Falcon. You see Winter Soldier, Black Panther. Then you see Doctor Strange, Wakanda, all of Wakanda,
All the Wakandans.
and then some of the armies from the other worlds. I think Asgard was one of them that actually came through.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then who else was there?
The rest of the sorcerers from the palace, Doctor Strange.
The Wasp was the Wasp was there.
Oh,
and
when
then
when Pepper came in the Iron Man suit.
in the Iron Woman
Suit, yes.
So that was, I actually geeked
Yeah,
out on that
yeah.
part because I was like, holy shit, Pepper
Yeah.
Potts is finally Iron Woman. Ever since Iron Man fucking
And
3.
then Giant Man with Hulk and War Machine and Rocket.
Yep.
Oh, and the everything, the way it started, we won't buy with and then from the chant in the Wakanda
Oh yeah.
and
Well, she appeared a little later. Oh, actually, Scarlet Witch and then Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they were there.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, but yeah, just that whole
Just
that whole vision of that scene with. I don't think I've ever witnessed such a comic book moment in a movie. I mean,
But pretty soon it's gonna be beaten by another comic book movie.
yeah, for sure. That scene though.
I don't know, man. This was built up and built up and built up, and you just see everyone, and your fucking mind just blows, and your heart drops, because you're like, holy shit, it's about to be real. Like, it's fucking like
Yeah.
nothing has ever been.
It reminded
That
me.
was nuts.
Yeah, it reminded me a little of the X-Men too. The X-Men theme song when the intro.
Yeah, but this was way more
But yeah, way more epic though.
Now when everybody actually gathered and everybody's really prepared, Captain grabs Mjolnir and goes, Avengers, disassemble. And that's
Assemble.
where the fucking battle began. Right there.
I agree. You got the word wrong. It was assemble. But no, I just...
Assemble means gather.
Shut up. I just love when they fight the armies and then they finally kick Thanos' ass.
Yeah.
And, no, I don't think I should skip
Yeah.
ahead. The
Oh.
best part was... One of the best moments was when Spider-Man uses the kill mode in his suit.
Oh, that was so dope. But before that even was when you finally see Spidey and Tony finally reconnect.
Oh yeah, that was like the big moment right
Yeah.
there.
Wait, you're still getting ahead, man. You gotta talk about all the women fight and fucking the fucking buzz that has the fucking, what was it?
The what? Oh, the
bus?
nano gauntlet.
Oh, the gauntlet.
Okay, so when the battle was going on, which was like one of the biggest things in the film, which is really hard to talk about because there was so many like scenes kind of going around, so it's really hard to keep up. But you get to see Star-Lord see what's her name, Gamora, but it's her past self, and she basically just kicks his ass. And then you see Tony reconnect with
Oh, okay.
Peter, and then you see Captain Marvel coming in.
Oh,
And then you see all the women
yeah.
just forming one group
Yeah.
and just kicking their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this was actually the big one for me, where Scarlet Witch actually comes in and grabs Thanos and lifts him up
Oh,
and goes like, "You're like, I don't even know you," and she's like, "You will soon enough," and picks him up and squashes him.
And then all of a sudden, he just fucking grabs the ring off of the gauntlet. He's like, "Oh yeah, bitch!" Bam! And she goes flying.
oh,
Oh man, that was like holy shit.
that was like intense, dude. Because Captain Marvel was built up to be like one of the most powerful characters, and to see that Thanos could still like hold his own against her.
Oh yeah. Now this is gonna be the saddest moment, which is the bigger climax. The
Doctor
finale.
Strange.
Not Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
When Tony was fighting Thanos again 1-on-1, and sees Doctor Strange, he points the one finger and goes, "One chance, one fucking chance only." That's when Tony knew this had to be the moment that he can actually be the hero he was meant to be. So he runs to Thanos, tries to grab the gauntlet out of his hands, but instead tricks him by getting the stones. And when Thanos trying to snap his fingers, nothing happened.
Womp, womp, womp.
I was actually going to do that too. I was about to yell out, "Womp, womp, womp."
And when I saw that scene, my face just froze.
When you see his hand and then the stones come, it's like, yes.
Now, this was the big one. Now, before I say it, Robert Downey Jr. did not want to say this line. He did not want this character to end. But in the film, this happens. When he gets the stones, place it in his hands as they form, he goes, "I am Iron Man." Snaps, army, deceased. That was the biggest battle ever.
And then when you finally see Thanos sit down, and as he starts fading, the audience just starts clapping.
Yeah, everybody started clapping.
Yeah, it was an emotional scene.
Yeah.
It was really good. They set the mood. They set up the choreography was amazing. The camera angles, everything.
I like the stunt sequence in every single one. Everyone, like literally, they did a fantastic job on that.
And plus how they made me feel like everything was on the line.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then right when he snaps, silence. Whole theater dead. Shh.
It was just beautiful. It was like some form of art.
Oh, it was just
And it's
like, you can't create that again.
You can't. It's
I
just a one
can't
time.
see them topping this.
No.
No studio can top this. I don't think.
No, they can't. Disney is really on the top. And with a movie like this, I don't think they can beat it. Well, since they re-released it, now that's the highest grossing record ever. But we'll get to that in a minute. But let's finish this. Let's just finish the scene.
Wait. As of right now, Lion King is actually creeping up behind them. It's only been 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we'll get back to that. So when the death of Iron Man comes, everybody gathers around him. Now Alan has actually seen the re-release, and I don't know what's in it. Do you want to explain what's in it?
First of all, are we getting ahead of ourselves? Because it's the after credits.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a certain scene in the re-release where everybody gathers and kneels to him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you about it later on. But yeah, we're at where
that should be part 2.
I mean, we're at where after Tony's snap, and then he's just sitting there, and just damaged, and he can't even speak. With his wife there, just and Peter too. He wants to.
Oh yeah, they recreated that scene instead of Peter going, it's Iron Man. But let me say this: when did he create that glove? When did he have time to make that glove?
Well, you gotta really imagine this. If it took him like a couple of days just to create this suit in the cave, he could probably take a day just creating a fucking glove with all the technology he has.
That's true.
It wasn't a day; they just got back.
Oh yeah.
You're right. It should have been like 5 hours lately.
It's made of tiny robots that could do things a lot quicker than building a single piece of armor.
It's like the robot cookies from Despicable Me. Like, he just has them going around. This is what exactly the point of being is.
Well, it was a nice scene.
Yeah.
Iron Man's dead. We're at the funeral at some lake. Makes sense, I guess. Some lake.
Nah.
I'm surprised that they didn't give the funeral also to Black Widow and the Vision.
Oh yeah.
Right? Isn't that fucked up?
Thank you.
And Loki and fucking who else died? Fucking Vision, the 2 women. They're like, what the fuck?
So many people died.
I know. Like, what happened? Like, where's the rest of the death in the Avengers family and Loki and all that? Like, shouldn't that really also be important than just Tony?
Yeah, that was a real fucking shit to fucking what the fuck is her name? Black Widow.
Yeah.
That was a real fat shit to her.
I know.
Like, what the fuck, dude? That was some bullshit.
Like Tony may have sacrificed himself, but he has to. Everybody else has to understand that everybody else also sacrificed themselves just to get where the fuck they are.
Except for Nick Fury. Where the hell was he when the fight took place and when Iron Man died?
He was.
He was cowering in his office. Go like, I'll let them handle this. They got this.
Yeah, like his normal office on the fucking Skrull spaceship.
Oh wait, no, he was gone for 5 years, so he was trying to.
He disappeared for
No, but then he's back because they brought him back. Everyone back.
Okay, so they have the funeral, and then everybody is like separating and then leaving.
Yeah.
So we see Thor.
Oh, and then, you see everybody. Fucking the camera scrolls by, and then you see this fucking kid standing alone. Do any of you guys know who that kid was?
Oh yeah,
He's that kid.
Yeah.
He's from that one came from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
He was
Wait,
supposed
are
to
you
be
talking
like
about the little mechanic guy?
yeah,
The
remember it
kid.
was-
Yeah, Iron Man 3. Yeah.
So what people are saying, fucking they scroll by all the people. It's sad. Fucking what the fuck did Samuel L. Jackson say? He said something. Did he say something?
No, he
somewhere?
didn't say anything in the film. He
Oh.
just appeared.
Well, anyways, credits roll, right? And then you hear,
No, not yet.
no? All right,
Not
so
yet,
what happens? What happens?
Well, because you're missing the big point. When
What?
Before the credits actually rolled, they actually had to send Captain America volunteered to go back in time to return the
Oh,
stones and
oh,
return
right.
Mjolnir.
That fucking bullshit.
And then when he did all that, he didn't decide to come back. He decided to live life.
he
back
decided to fucking jump the fence and sit on a bench. And when he was 80 years old.
I saw a meme on Instagram where he's returning the stones. During that point where he returns the Soul Stone to the Red Skull, and the tagline of Red Skull just says, "Steve Rogers, son of a bitch, you're still alive." I would love to see that in the actual movie.
Yeah, that brings me another point I want to ask Gibby. Wouldn't that create like another timeline? Because he
Yes.
stayed there.
All right,
he
so
stayed.
here's the thing. He stayed there. There's 2 Steve Rogers. I'm pretty sure S.H.I.E.L.D. knew, and fucking, it's another timeline. But, let's say he returns all the stones. Don't know how. I don't think they'll ever explain it, but let's say he did. Now the Soul Stone. Now, the reason for the Soul Stone is a soul for a soul. So is it possible that he got someone back?
That's not how really the Soul Stone works. Because once you sacrifice yourself, you
Right.
can't really trade that back. Unless you can...
You're
unless
giving
if
it
there's-
back. You're giving back the Soul Stone to the universe, though.
Yeah, but I
and
don't
it's
think
a
that's...
soul for a soul. They
Well,
said it.
I don't think that's how it works in the world. Unless they can figure out how to convert it. Because I don't think the...
I don't know. That was just something I thought of.
Well, I don't know. That's really hard to come by, and that's like actually one of the most unique questions everybody's just been asking. Can you bring someone back with that soul stone?
I believe
don't
so.
think you
I
can.
believe you can.
I don't. Well,
A
me, I
soul
don't
for a
think so.
soul, it speaks for itself.
Unless you trade in the fucking Red Skull and then go like, oh, here you can bring. Here, I'll trade you a soul for another soul. Red Skull, get the fuck in there.
Wait. Before, so to get the soul ring, it's supposed to be the someone you love the most. So to give it is someone you hate the most is gonna come back to life. Red Skull.
That could work. All right, so we see Steve Rogers
Yeah,
dancing with
yeah.
Peggy, and the credit rolls.
And, wait. All right. So another reason why it's another universe and timeline fuck up is because when he left, he had a broken ass shield, and when he came back, he
It
had a
was new.
brand new shield.
He could have traded it.
How?
Like, in the past.
How? Then that means he fucking took shit from the past, and it's not there no more.
Didn't he fix it during the future?
How
'Cause-
is he gonna fix it? He had to go to Wakanda.
Oh no, you're right. Okay, I don't know how that fucking happened. Maybe.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, we gotta have to fucking rewatch it again. And
It's
just
a
to-
brand new shield, a shiny new shield, and he fucking left with that shield destroyed. Like, it's a time loop. Time loop, just saying.
Yeah. All right. So the credits roll. We see everything. See all the names. Everybody claps.
All right, the credits roll, yada yada yada, and then you hear ding, 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 ding. Now, is that a goodbye to Iron Man?
I think it's saying goodbye to the saga.
Or what? This is a theory. Someone's making a new Iron Man suit. Ding.
No, I feel
like it's a goodbye.
But what about the kid that was at the funeral?
He's not that smart.
It's been 5 more years. He's like 20 now.
Just because he's older doesn't mean he's smart.
It's really to pinpoint because
He was building his own Iron Man suit when he was 5 years old. You don't think he could create
I
one?
don't think he was building
Think
an
about
Iron
it.
Man
He
suit
was
in
doing
the
some
film.
shit.
No, you need to rewatch Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I think you do need to rewatch it.
I don't know, man.
I have it right here.
Well,
I think he was creating
well,
something.
since
I would like to think that.
since this movie came out with such big plot holes that it's got everybody questioning, it's really hard to tell.
I mean, then why put the kid there?
Well, maybe he remembers him. You never know. Maybe they encountered him. Like
They're
seeing from
all
the
the
past.
Avengers are right there, and you just see a random ass kid.
I don't know.
I guess they just want to say like farewell because what's her name? Thor's
Mother
girlfriend. What's her name?
Jane.
No,
Jane Foster?
Jane Foster. She was there too because they mentioned her in Ragnarok where
Was she at
they
the
broke.
funeral?
Yeah, she was.
I don't remember.
No, pretty sure she was.
I don't think she was.
We gotta rewatch it.
Okay, so now that we discussed this entire movie, let me tell you the budget of this movie that they actually used. The budget of this entire film was a cost of $356 million USA dollars. Now, the box office, the original box office record for this film was actually $2.76 billion, which is putting at least $26 million behind Avatar. Now, the fucking bullshit about this was they re-released it
To get number 1.
to get number 1 so they could beat Avatar.
Right, it's some stupid ass shit.
Now, let me tell you something else. Now, Avatar was the highest grossing ranking movie back in 2009 because it made it made good money in the box office, which was $2.79 billion, which their budget of the film when James Cameron did it was $237 million. So that's literally lower, and they fucking succeeded.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason why Avatar did it is because it was the new technology.
It was a new technology. It was a new technology.
Filmmaking.
It was a new technology, and it was an original story. So
No, it wasn't.
it wasn't.
No. Yeah. It was just fucking natives and white people come in and destroy their village. That's it.
The only difference is now they have bigger guns.
Yeah, it was fucking tech art. I mean, it wasn't an original story. It was just the new new equipment. Yeah, there you go.
New technology.
Nick.
But yeah, I think that was kind of bullshit just to fucking beat Avatar. Then if you want,
Yeah, hopefully they don't do that mistake again.
Yeah.
And all he did was just say goodbye to Stan Lee. A few clips of him working with the cast and the crew, and then that was it. Like 3 more minutes to go see the Avengers again. I don't think that was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus they had a scene where the Hulk looked like from like a PS2 graphics.
Okay. Now, all right. Since we discussed about the film, let's talk about the re-release. Now, Alan here has actually seen the re-release. Alan, how about you tell us a little something about that?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. I went one night ago, and it was still awesome. I still felt the same emotions I felt when I first saw it.
Was there any changes into the film that made it a lot better?
No, it was exactly the same. I just wanted to see it. Yeah.
That was just it?
I just wanted to see that and the film another time on the big
Yeah,
screen.
all they did was just put Stan Lee talking with the cast and crew, some behind the scenes with him throughout a few of the movies, and they just said they're gonna add a new scene just to hype everybody up, just so they could cross that $1 billion threshold. And they did. They succeeded. Bullshit. They lied. And I don't know. I think that was a scummy ass move from them.
I don't know. I still loved it, seeing it again.
Okay.
What it came along with was, of course, the after credit, which was I wanted to see it again. It was a nice sort of honor to Stan with, like you said, Gibby, with cast and crew.
Right, but all right. So here's the thing: shouldn't they just put that in the first place, though?
True.
They knew that.
at first they were like, let's see if we can fucking do this. Like, the movie is a big success, but I guess since it didn't reach record, they decided, you know what, we're like a little bit behind it. Let's just re-release it and put this extra footage in it since it didn't make it in the cut in the movie.
Plus, I thought they would have at least did the Marvel Stanley scroll like they did with Captain Marvel this past year. I thought that was the tribute they were going to do in the first place. But I know it's not it. It was just the clips and behind the scenes and interviews and such. But it sounds nice either way.
All right, so since the re-release has come out, the new record of this, and now the number one grossing highest movie in the world now is $2.791 billion, which literally is now the new movie of its century. And to me, that's just so fucking bullshit that they have to think of like that.
Yeah. Or
So, everything's been said. What do you give the rating?
For me, since there were such big plot holes and the quantum realm was so confusing, I have to kind of give this a 8.5 out of the 10.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
I guess with the plot holes, I really liked the final battle at the end of the movie. I think I'll give it just a solid 8 out of 10.
Well, I'll give the movie. Well, it's hard to rate it because like I grew up watching this. Like I went to see the first Iron Man in theaters, and like I know, just all this nostalgia feeling. I'm not gonna. And how they went back in time, and I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, my record. All right. Alan, what about you? Sorry,
all
we're
right.
sharing microphones here.
Okay. Well, personally, I'm not too dramatic about the plot holes. I loved the movie. I loved everything about it. And yeah, I mean, as a Marvel fan, I felt like this really was the big build-up I was looking for. Everything I wanted, a little beyond too. Let me see. How much do I really care about the plot holes?
It's always up to you. You don't have
Okay.
to really care about that.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll just give it a 10.
Okay, 10 out of 10. All right.
All right. So the first time I saw the film, I was my mind was blown. I was like, holy shit, there's nothing can top this. I was giving this a 10, and then I was like, yeah, you know what? No movie's perfect. I'm pretty sure there's some bullshit. So I gave it a 9. Final score was a 9. Then I went to go see it again, saw all the plot holes, and I gotta give it a lower score. I went to an 8. And then the fucking bullshit came out with goddamn Stan Lee's death, and they wanted to re-release it. And I thought that was some capitalist shit. So I gotta drop the score again to a goddamn 7. Fucking, you were at a 10. You fucked up.
I wonder if Disney is actually...
7 out of 10.
I wonder if Disney is listening to this right now and they're like, man, we're gonna fuck that kid up.
Yeah, they're fucking doing crack out with their dollar bills.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the money.
All right. Wow, we're actually...
7. I give it a 7.
Yeah, it'd be funny. It'd be like, destroy them. They have displeased us.
All right. We're actually out of time here. This is Out of This World Entertainment. And remember, we like to discuss movie reviews than anybody else. I'm your host, Tyler Alanis.
Chris Garcia.
Gabriel.
Matthew Mendoza.
Alan Ivara.
And remember, digital is fucking stupid. Go buy it on DVD. We like retro. Good night, everybody.